Episode number 76. This episode is brought to you by the Career Change Bootcamp. This is my free online coaching experience, which is happening on the 20th of January. It is designed to help you make your next career move your best move ever. So if you've been feeling overwhelmed and confused about how you want to kick off this decade and change your career for the better, then you need to come and join us in the Career Change Bootcamp. We're going to be diving in a few weeks' time. You can sign up for the waitlist at lightboxcoaching.com/bootcamp. I would love to have you join us. The last time we had this experience, it was an absolute blast and people really enjoyed it, got some really great results and were able to move forward towards careers that they absolutely love. So I'd love for you to have the same experience. So come and join us at lightboxcoaching.com/bootcamp.
Hi, you're listening to the Careers Beyond Motherhood podcast with your host, Janine Esbrand. I'm here to help working mums like you to thrive in your careers and in motherhood. I share tips, strategies, and inspirational conversations with awesome women to help reduce the struggle in your juggle.
Time for a say, Mummy.
Hello, and welcome to the show. How are you doing? I hope you are well. I am doing well. It's been a good start to the year. I've been doing a lot of planning recently and I'm feeling like the planning is helping with staying on track, is helping with moving forward without stress and without overwhelm. So I highly suggest, if you haven't planned out at least your quarter so that you know what your main events are, things that you're focusing on, things that you need to do with the family or personally. If you haven't done that yet, we're still at the beginning of January, so I would recommend that you do it because it makes such a difference. Okay, so if you're new around here, welcome. It's lovely to have you. If you are a long-time listener, it's always lovely to have you back. I fully appreciate that you could be anywhere, listening to anything, and you are here doing whatever you're doing, but also listening to me, which is awesome. I love it. So today I am going to be diving into a topic which I think is really important, especially off the back of conversations that I have with people a lot. And we're going to be talking about the key to getting your career unstuck. So when I speak to a lot of ladies, they are at a place where they are at a crossroads. They want to make a change in their career in some way, shape or form. They're not quite sure how to go about that change, and so they feel really stuck. And I had a conversation with someone a good few months ago, and she was talking about the fact that she's been wanting to change jobs for years. She's been in the role that she's in for 16 years and she really wants to make a change. And there's something about moving into a new year but also into a new decade that really turns your attention to the changes that you have been putting off for some time and that you should really make. And so she was really contemplating the fact that she's coming towards the end of this decade and she's still stuck where she is. And so as we were having the conversation and we were talking and trying to understand where she wants to go, she was talking about the fact that there's some things that she's thought about, some potential options she could explore, but that's as far as it has gone. She hasn't taken the step forward to actually make anything happen or make any moves. And so we talked about us potentially working together, and at the time she wasn't ready. She said that she needed to spend some time figuring out what the next step was for her, and once she knew what path she was going to take, then she would want my help to put a strategy together so that she could implement it and she could actually make the transition. But what has transpired is she went away, and a few months later she came back to me and was like, okay, I need your help now. I've tried to figure out on my own and I haven't been able to, and I'm continuing to go around in circles, so can you help me? And this is something that I see happen a lot, where people are trying to figure something out and they feel like if they just have more time, they will be able to figure it out. But the problem with that is that you think how you think, and you will continue to do so unless and until someone can give you an alternative perspective. So if you think that you've been stuck for some time, you've been trying to figure this thing out and you can just spend more time trying to figure it out, the likelihood is you're not going to get there, just because you would have got there by now, right? If you've spent a lot of time trying to figure out and you're still coming to the same position. And so when she came back to me and said, okay, I need some help now, she actually came and joined the Career Change Academy, which is my new coaching program, 90-day program, which helps people to figure out exactly what it is they want to do and why they want to do it. And then the second part of the program is about helping you to go through the strategy and actually make that transition. And what is really important to realize is going through a proven process is going to help you to move forward a lot quicker. Instead of you spinning around and trying to figure out in your head, you can have the insight and guidance of someone else who can help you to really think about things in a different way. It might just take someone asking you a question that you had never thought of before, or challenging you or getting you to think about things from another dimension, for you to have a light bulb moment, for you to realize, oh, that's exactly what I need to do, or yes, that makes so much sense. For you at this point, you might need some outside perspective. So I want to talk to you about the 3 different types of people that could really help you to gain the clarity that you need to move forward, so you're not spinning your wheels, and so that this decade can be different and that you can move into work that you absolutely love. So the first type of person is, of course, a career coach. I am a career coach and I know the value of it, and I've seen how much clients have benefited from going through the process. But there are lots of career coaches out there that could really help you to map out what your options are, but help you to understand what it is you really, really want. The other is to go out there and start talking to people who are doing the things that you think you might want to do. So as you're going around in circles in your head and you're thinking, oh, okay, this could be a good option for me. Oh, but maybe this, or oh, maybe that. I'm not sure if that's really going to work. And you're trying to figure out what the answer is based on limited data. I would really suggest that you go out there and get the evidence and the data that you need to make an informed decision. So what I mean by that is you can conduct something that I call, and is well known as, informational interviews. So if you have an inkling as to the direction that you might want to take your career in, you can reach out to people who are already doing the thing that you're considering doing and have a conversation with them so that they can give you really valuable insight around what it's actually like to do that type of work. These types of interviews are so powerful. When I suggest to clients to go and do this, they come back with a mix of results. Some of them will come back and say, do you know what? That's really confirmed that this is the path that I want to go down. And some will come back and say that I'm so glad I did that because I realized that this isn't what I want to do. So you can save yourself so much time and energy if you go ahead and do these informational interviews. And these interviews work not only if you are thinking about completely changing career path or direction, but also if you're thinking about going for promotion and you're not quite sure if that next stage is really what you want. Speak to those people who have done it before you. Ask them questions around how they got to where they are, what they like about what they're doing now, any tips that they would share about getting to where they are with someone who's on that journey. So you can get a lot of information from others. So I would definitely recommend that you do that. And the other type of person that can really help you if you're feeling really stuck is a mentor. So if you have somebody who is a mentor within your industry or within your organization that you can go and speak to, they are going to be closer to you and your situation, in that they're going to understand the environment in which you operate, and that might be really helpful for you getting their insight and their guidance as you are stuck. I will tell you that I have reached out to these types of people myself at various stages of my career, and it's been so invaluable. So when I was first starting out in my business, I hired a coach to help me map out how I would get started, what exactly I wanted to do, because I knew I wanted to get going, but I felt stuck in terms of, well, where do I even start? Like, this feels so overwhelming, this feels huge, I don't know where to go, and I psyched myself out to the point where I wasn't doing anything. So working with the coach was great because she helped me to see the bigger picture and then drill down and map things out step by step so that I was able to make progress and move forward. So it's absolutely incredible. And I've worked with various coaches since then. It's always great to have a coach. It's just so helpful to have that external perspective. I have done informational interviews before. I've reached out to people who were in industries I was thinking about moving into, particularly when I was transitioning from working in private practice as a lawyer to working in-house. So I spoke to different in-house lawyers to hear about their experiences and how they found the transition, and find out a bit about what's important from an in-house lawyer perspective. So that just really prepared me when I was interviewing and when I was speaking to people about moving into the in-house space, because it's very different from operating as a private practice lawyer. More recently, when I knew I wanted to focus more on speaking and developing my speaking career, I spoke to people who were speakers. I spoke to people who had done TEDx talks to find out from them what their experience was, and that just really helped to shape my path and help me to figure out, well, what is the best way to move forward with my goal of becoming a TEDx speaker and becoming a speaker. And so having those conversations with people just saved me a lot of time, because I was able to gain some valuable information that would have taken me a lot longer to uncover if I was doing it on my own. And then in terms of a mentor, I've mentioned before on my TEDx talk and in other places that I had an incredible mentor when I was first starting out in my legal career, and she really, really helped me to navigate what I should have been doing at various stages to get to my initial career goals. Without her, I definitely wouldn't have got to where I was in terms of qualifying in the first place and then progressing throughout my legal career. So my conversations with her were absolutely golden, especially in the early days where I was just getting started. So as you can see, having these types of conversations with people will really, really help you in terms of shaping the direction that you go and the path that you choose to take. So to summarize, if you are feeling stuck and you know you want to move forward in your career and you're not sure which path to take, there are 3 types of people that could help you to make some decisions and keep you moving forward. So first is a career coach. Second is having informational interviews with people who are in industries or in roles that you feel like you might want to go into. And then third is to have a discussion with a mentor. If you're sitting there thinking, well, I don't have a coach, I don't know a coach, and I don't really have a mentor, I'm not really sure who I would speak to, then I want to invite you to come and join us for the Career Change Bootcamp. So this is a week-long coaching experience. It's completely free, and I am running it from the 20th of January for a week, so from the 20th to the 27th, and it's going to be incredible because in this bootcamp I really help you with the first pieces to really figure out what steps should I be taking beyond what I've shared with you today on the podcast. What steps should I be taking to make a career change, but do it in the most effective and efficient manner. I know that you're busy, I know that you've got a lot going on, you're a working mum. So time is valuable, and having the time to really sit down and figure out what your next steps are can be challenging. So I want you to come and join us in the bootcamp, because you're going to have access to me for a whole week. You're going to have the support of the other bootcampers. Last time I ran it in September, we had over 150 ladies go through the bootcamp, and it was incredible to see people supporting one another, but also seeing that they were not the only one on this journey. And there were so many posts and people sharing the results and the light bulb moments that they had through going through the bootcamp, and they really got momentum and started lining things up and getting informational interviews set up and speaking to people and opportunities opening up, all off the back of 1 week together. So I'm really excited about it. I cannot wait to dive in again. So I'd love to have you come and join us. We haven't yet opened the enrollment for it, but you can go and get your name on the waitlist. So if you head over to lightboxcoaching.com/bootcamp, then you can put your name on the waitlist, and I will be in touch over the next week or so with details as to how you join and all that is going to happen in that bootcamp. If you have any friends, family members who you know are saying, in 2020, I want to make a change in my career, then please do share this episode with them, direct them to the bootcamp, because I know it's going to help lots of people. All right, so that's all I have for you today. If you are loving this podcast, liking the content that I'm sharing, please do go and leave a rating and review, because it really helps more people find the show and join in the conversation. Also, I am really enjoying hanging out on Instagram recently. So if you have been listening to this, why don't you screenshot it and tag me, Careers Beyond Motherhood, on Instagram, so that I can see that you are enjoying the show, and you can share with me what your key takeaways are. All right, I'm going to go now. I hope you have a fabulous day, evening, afternoon, whenever it is that you're listening to this, and I will be back with you very, very soon. Until then, look after you and look after your babies.
This podcast features music from Ben Sound.